In our intermediate first year, we have our second unit is units and measurements. In that units and measurements also we can get in public examination for 2 marks. 2 marks question we can get from units and measurements also. In that units and measurements, we know that physics is deals with the nature. In this nature, we have the macroscopic and as well as microscopic experiments and observations are there. In that observations and measurements also there, means how do we measure the certain elements in case of its their position and their direction and their size, like that. To measure that one, in that case the first one is measurements, that is measurement of length. How do we measure the certain lengths of certain bodies or certain distances or certain elements? Means for small distance, we will use the meter scale, like that, for up to 2 meters to 3 meters, like that. Up to that is up to 10 to the power of minus 3 to 10 to the power of minus 2 meters. The meter scale can be used. Meter scale can be used and tape can be used. The meter tape will be there for the smaller distances which can be used. And for the less than the 10 to the power of minus 3 meters distances can be calculated by using this vernier calipers. Those are the microscopic instruments which is used to measure the but small lengths. Those are screw gauge and as well as vernier calipers which are used to measure the small lengths, which are used to small length like spirometer, screw gauge, vernier calipers. And for large distances between the planets also or from the earth to the stars distances, planets distances to the sun distances can be calculated by using the indirect methods. Means in the case of by using the vernier calipers and by using the meter scales, spirometer, screw gauge, we can measure the lengths directly. But we can't measure the distances between the planets and the distance from the stars to the earth by using the tape or scale, right? So in that case we will use the indirect method to measure the distances between the planets or from the sun to the earth or moon to the earth. Those methods in that indirect methods, the first one is a parallax method, means the triangulation method is there. In that case of a triangulation method, we will use the distance from the certain points. In that case, the parallax method is the one of the indirect method to measure the distances for the longest inaccessible distances, inaccessible objects. So large distances as the distance between the planet and stars from the earth can be measured by using this parallax method. Parallax method means shift of position. Shift of position of an object means the shift of position of the object. For example, to know the shift of what, to better understand that, consider a certain pencil or a chalk like this. By closing with one eye, if you see this one, first of all see with right eye and by closing your left eye, and after that close with left eye and by seeing that the right eye. Means by doing this we can observe the change of position of this object with respect to its background. By that method we can measure that. Consider the distance between the 2 points, which is consider it's a pencil which is placed at the certain distance from our eye. This is the left eye, this is the right eye. If you see the with the left eye, by closing your right eye, the position will be happen according to this background. The position of the object can be seen here according to the background. And if you see from the right side, by closing your left eye, and you can see this in this position with respect to its background. So from that we can measure that the distances between the 2 points of observation is called a basis. The distance between the 2 observation points are our eyes. So the distance between our eyes is called basis. So in that case of the theta angle will be the parallax angle, that can be called as a parallax angle. So now to measure the distance of moon or a nearby heavenly body, if you want to find out the distances, let's consider this is a moon. It's a moon. By changing their positions from this point or that, whenever we observe that it is the sun, according to their position, making an angle theta 1 with by measuring that one, and the distance AB points, if we measure from the, if we calculated from the angle from this is the angle, this is the, whenever the sun, it is the theta 2 angle and it is the theta 1 angle. To measure the distances, it is also making same angle theta 1 and theta 2 with the vertical line. So the angle between them is theta is equal to theta 1 plus theta 2. We know that theta is the arc by its radius. So arc by radius means arc with the AB, arc with the AB by its radius means the distance from the moon to the certain point, that is S. Consider its distance is S. Then we want to know the distance, then we can calculate that the radius AB, arc by the angle, that is theta. So S is equal to AB by theta. By using this formula we can measure the distance from the moon to the earth from the position. This is about the measurement of length, and another reflection methods also there, like laser method, solar method, triangulation method. There are several types of method to measure the distances. And also if in case of height, to find out the height of an inaccessible object, there if in case of, if A be the inaccessible object is a place, and if we drawn, if we make this one B and this is C and this is Z, they are making an angle, this is the theta 2 and this is the theta 1. Consider theta 1 and theta 2. The distance between the D point to the C point will be considered as considered D, and this will be the X. So this is the height. This is the A object at A point A, the object at point A. To find out the height from B, then let's consider the points C and D. They are making an angle theta 2 and theta 1 with the horizontal. Then if we want to calculate this by using this triangle ABC, by using triangle ABC, that is cot theta 1 is equal to x by h, means by taking this triangle ABC, cot theta 1 is equal to, we know that adjacent by opposite, adjacent is x by opposite is h. Let's calculate that one. The height of an inaccessible object is by taking this A be the object, and from the B to want to know the height, that is h, and making an angle C and D with is theta 1 and theta 2. See the points between the distance between the D and C is D, and C to B is x. From the triangle ABC, we can consider that cot theta 1 that is equal to adjacent by opposite, that is x by h. And by taking the ABD, triangle ABD, from the triangle ABD, cot theta 2 which is equal to, cot theta 2 is equal to x plus d by h, So from that equation, two equations, we can write that cot theta 2 minus cot theta 1. So from that we can get the d by h. From that formula, if you want to know the height h, h can be taken this side, and cot theta 2 minus cot theta 2 taken to this side, it will become the denominator. So d by cot theta 2 minus cot theta 1. This is the equation to find the height of inaccessible object. These are about to find the length of, we know that the number of methods are there, solar method, and to find the length, reflection method, triangulation method. In that reflection method, solar method, laser method, and different methods also there to find the lengths, to measurements of lengths. Next, and also in the measurements also to find out the mass, means mass is, we know that can be matter, it does not change, does not depend on the temperature and the whatever the position in the space, the mass will be concentrated in the body. To measure that one body, simply we can say by using the common balance, and we can see the grocery store. So we can see that one, but nowadays we are using widely electric means electronic or electronic balances like that. So by using the mass of, we know that the electron is having 10 to the power of minus 30 meter mass, kg mass is having that. So small of the particles which is having the less and more, but they contain some mass. How do we measure the mass? So in error in measurements of measurements of mass. Later we discussed about the errors in the measurements. So first of all we discuss about measurement of mass. We know that it's a basic property of matter. Mass is a basic property of matter which does not depend on that temperature and pressure and the position which is in the space. So here is the some of the objects which is having the sum of the mass has given that. Let's see the first one. The electron is having the mass of 10 to the power of minus 30 kg. Electron is having a mass 10 to the power of minus 30 kg, and proton and neutron are similar, both are having the same nearby same mass. So that's why here the proton and mass are having 10 to the power of minus 27 kgs, 10 to the power of minus 27 kgs. And uranium is having the 10 to the power of minus 24, as well as a red blood corpuscle also having 10 to the power of minus 24. These are the masses of the objects, certain objects, and a cell is having 10 to the power of minus 10 kgs, and a raindrop is having 10 to the power of minus 6, moon 10 to the power of 23, earth 10 to the power of 25, sun 10 to the power of 30, Milky Way 10 to the power of 42, observable universe 10 to the power of 55. These are the some of the masses which can be measured, which already measured by the some of the scientists by doing the experiments, some of the physicists doing their experiments, the research, the great scientists given this the mass about that. And as well as the measurement of time interval also, the first done by the time interval, measurement of time interval given by the Galileo by using this lampad on the air, so that the later some of the clocks are given that to know the measurement of time intervals. Those are the electric oscillator and electronic oscillator and solar clocks, quartz crystal clock, atomic clocks, and decay of elementary particles, and radioactive dating. By doing this total, the clocks are laterally measured to know the time intervals of measurement of time intervals. These are the basic properties: length, measurement of length, measurement of mass, measurement of time. Why? Because of which we have taken that these are the length, mass, time are the mostly fundamental measurements. So we know they do not depend on another one. They are individually, they do not depend on another one. We can find out length and mass, time without using any another quantity. So that's why these are the mostly we will discuss about these three.